A very good morning, Mr. Mike, Deputy High Commission, British Deputy High Commissioner, Mr. N. Kumar, Vice Chairman, Sanmar Group, and he is a past president of CAI, Mr. Chris Gopalakrishnan, Vice President CAI and Executive Co-Chairman Infosys, Mr. Ashok, the current Regional Chairman, Southern Region, Mr. Ramraj, who is a part and parcel of, is a partner in making this award event a grand one. Thank you, Ram. Mr. Venugopal, Hindu Business Line. I must say that the kind of efforts put in by Mr. Venugopal and Mr. Ramki of Hindu Business Line in making this award is immense. Thank you very much, Venu. Thank you very much for the association also. Ms. Sujit Haridas of CAI. Ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed a great pleasure, and I'm quite happy to say that the last year, we first rolled out the Emerging Entrepreneurs Award in Tamil Nadu in association with Hindu Business Line then as well. And I must thank the current Southern Regional Chairman, Mr. Ashok, TT Ashok, who upgraded this award from a state level to a regional level. Thank you, Ashok. The award has been very, very important to all of us. Why we wanted to give awards to emerging entrepreneurs. Like, there are so many awards for evolved businessman of the year, lifetime achievement awards, and so on. We thought it's important to encourage the emerging entrepreneurs. They are the future stars of the business world. And it is important that they are recognized, they are motivated, they are applauded. And what it would do to them is the moment this kind of recognition comes in, I have seen as a person who has grown from the scratch, it really gives a big boost in terms of various stakeholders coming and supporting to levels of taking the business to the next level. And that's exactly what we're wanting to do. And I think who else can do a wonderful job other than CAI and Business Line. Today you will be witnessing these 5 people getting the prestigious Emerging Entrepreneurs Award. Without wasting time, let me go on to the next agenda of the item. I must say that when we wanted to do, we formed a task force. Said as to, okay, this is important, let's debate and say as to how this will be conceived. You all know that anything that's created, what we are witnessing this event, the award function, once it is created in the mind and then in the actual real world. And the task force, especially my friend Mr. Ramraj was there as part and parcel throughout, and Ms. Nawaz Miran, Director Eastern Foods, Mahad of Grant Thornton was very much there in the initial stages to help us, and he was there throughout. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it today. Dr. Ashwin Mahalingam, Assistant Professor IIT Chennai, he was also there throughout. He has been associated with CAI on various awards and coming out with books and so on entrepreneurs. Father P. Christie, Director, Loyola Institute of Business Administration. He was also there in shaping the awards. And Mr. Madan Padakai, co-founder and member of the board, Meritac Services Private Limited. And Mr. Raja Ganapati, Vice President, Business Development, Sequoia. Mr. Venkateswaran, Director, Tyagaraja School of Management. All the people were there in shaping up the award to what it is today. I also would like to thank the jury members, the chairman of the jury, Mr. N. Kumar. Thank you very much, sir, for giving your valuable time. It's not once, it's so many hours the jury has to come and debate and discuss on various this thing. There was, you can see the videos as to what kind of a quality of debate that has gone in, the kind of time people are involved in making this, selecting the members. Mr. Chris, thank you very much for being part of the jury. Mr. T. Kannan, past chairman, CAI Southern Region and Managing Director, Tyagaraja Mills, was also there. Mr. P.K. Mahapatra, past chairman, CAI Southern Region and chairman and executive Business Coaching and Foundation India Limited. Mr. T.T. Ashok, chairman, CAI Southern Region and Managing Director, Taylor Rubber Private Limited. Mr. Gopalakrishnan, past chairman, Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Gopal Srinivasan, sorry. Innovation Subcommittee Chairman, TVS Electronics. He was also there. And of course, Venu was there throughout. Mr. Chandrasekhar, Chairman, CAI Karnataka and Managing Director, Borukha Power Corporation Limited, is with us. Thank you, sir, for your valuable contribution in the jury. I would like to specially thank Mr. Ramaraj. I must say that I have been on and off there, but he held it throughout in making this award what it is today, in carrying on various events and right from details, all those things to make it happen. Would like to specially mention business line support, particularly Mr. Ramki was there in so many hours of marathon session in making this event happen. Grand Tartan, Mr. Sridhar is here. Thank you, Mr. Sridhar, for being with us and for the knowledge, being a knowledge partner to the whole event. Sakaya, Mr. Rajakanapati is unfortunately couldn't make it here, for being the associate sponsor and supporting the profiling of the nominees. That's very important. So many applications are poured in. One need to look at, go into details and profiling them for placing it before the jury member is very, very essential. I must thank Raja and team for making a wonderful efforts in profiling the nominees. Can I ask the MC to play the film detailing the process of selection of awards?
Buoyed by the success of the Emerging Entrepreneurs 2010 Awards, CII holistically scaled up the 2011 awards in terms of extension of geographies, nomenclature and repertoire of industry verticals and the sheer size of the participants. From being Tamil Nadu specific in 2010, the Emerging Entrepreneurs Awards 2011 spread out to participants from across the states of Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, which constitutes the southern part of India.
The Emerging Entrepreneurship Award is a way for CII to recognize fast-growing small companies in the south.
The range of verticals chosen were as diverse in span, varying from telecom, travel and tourism, hospitality, IT and ITES, heavy engineering to media and entertainment, food and beverage, healthcare and pharma, covering almost the entire gamut of the manufacturing and service sectors.
In this context, we envisage this award where we would recognize and encourage entrepreneurs by showing that there are many success stories in India, they can be replicated.
As many as 200 applications were received and 36 entries were shortlisted for the final round of scrutiny. Besides Grant Thornton, the leading professional services firm, Business Line, the respected Business Daily, who partnered CII in this lofty venture, designed an elaborate questionnaire, and the 36 candidates were interviewed and videographed and presented to an eminent jury, constituted of India's leading industrialists, successful entrepreneurs, headed by its chairman, Mr. N. Kumar.
I'm privileged and happy to be the chairman for the second time for the CII Entrepreneur Awards. This time we've taken it from a state level to a regional level.
The other members of this august jury included names like Mr. S. Gopalakrishnan, Mr. T. Kannan, Mr. P.K. Mohapatra, Mr. T.T. Ashok, Mr. Gopal Srinivasan, Mr. C.K. Ranganathan, Mr. S. Chandrasekhar, Mr. R. Ramaraj and Mr. K. Venugopal. Meeting at the boardroom at the CII Chennai premises on the 23rd of February 2012, the jury carefully scrutinized each candidate, basing their judgments on the parameters of innovativeness of the venture, scalability of the project, the uniqueness and approach in technology, besides financial feasibility, credibility, and its ability and value in improving the quality of human life.
So I believe that these awards do three different things. The first is that they very rightfully recognize these entrepreneurs and give them that rocket fuel of public recognition to go higher, faster, swifter. The second is they become role models. And the third reason, so recognizing small businesses, finding out what makes them succeed, what makes them tick, as well as what help they need, is very, very important to the very core ethic of CII.
The aspect of the project being environment friendly also played a predominant part in the choice of the winners. The competition was intense and close. The jurors had a tough job choosing the winners.
Like C.K. Prahalad said, there is a lot of wealth in the bottom of the pyramid, and that's where the Indian entrepreneurship is moving.
After hours of deep deliberation, in-depth analysis, careful consideration and comfortable consensus, the jury chose 5 prestigious participants for the coveted CII Emerging Entrepreneurs Awards 2011.
I feel that we did a very good job.
This is really to encourage entrepreneurs to do better.
The best who represent and signify what is good about entrepreneurship.
And may these entrepreneurs truly give the nation the economic freedom.
And next year we should be seeing this 200 applicants go to not less than 500.
As the curtain falls on the 2011 awards, the 2012 awards version promises to be even greater.
We have first shortlisted 24 emerging entrepreneurs. Those profiles have been extensively covered in a separate supplement in Hindu Business Line last week. I'm sure all of you would have gone through that. The kind of efforts played by Business Line in making this award aware and public and participating in shaping the awards process and the quality of awards what it is today. Mr. Venugopal, can I invite you to come and say a few words, please?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say how delighted and proud Business Line is to associate itself with the CII for this year's Emerging Entrepreneurs Awards. And for this, I need to thank sincerely the people on the dais, starting from Mr. Kumar, Ashok, Chris Gopalakrishnan, C.K. Ranganathan, Ramaraj, and Sujit, for allowing Business Line to partner with them. They could have chosen any other newspaper, but then they chose Business Line. 2 years ago, when these awards were instituted, as Ranga said, this was confined to entrepreneurs from Tamil Nadu. But let me say that one of the winners that was picked by the awards committee was spotted by a multinational and was acquired by that multinational for a handsome sum of money that very year. That speaks volumes for the value of this award. Of course, as Mr. Ranga pointed out, the canvas is a lot wider this year. It covers all the 4 southern states and the Union Territory of Puducherry. The change or the expansion is not the result of one's aggrandizement, but an honest attempt to look wider for talent. Many of you may have seen Wednesday's edition of Business Line, where we carry the short list of the profiles of the short list of entrepreneurs for this year's awards. And you'll agree with me that the talent that has emerged is stupendous. About 200 companies are born each day in this country. And there seems to be some magical number, 8%, associated with our economy. And like the GDP growth, the entrepreneurship growth is also apparently running at 8%, considering that there are 8 lakh companies and about 64,000 new companies are registered in a year. But given that there is attrition, one ought to expect this growth to be much faster. I recollect an incident a few years ago. We had gone to meet Dr. Kalam, who was then the president of our country. He had agreed to release a book which was essentially a compilation of articles written by Professor Indiresan, formerly of IIT, and the book had been published by ICFAI. So the head of ICFAI, which runs a number of business schools in this country, was explaining to the president about how well they've done in passing so many students every year through their portals. But then the president was quick to ask the question, how many entrepreneurs do you produce? The point is very clear. When it comes to creating jobs, it's entrepreneurs who create jobs, not managers. So it's essential that we promote the spirit of entrepreneurship in order that we keep the engine of growth ticking. So what are the ingredients of entrepreneurship? To my mind, there are at least 3. One is, of course, the idea that can win customer acceptance in a sustainable way. 2, you need money to back up that idea. And 3, I'm being partial, you need the media. You need a vehicle to tell your potential customers that you have this great product or service. And but there's yet another role for the media, the one I think that is just as important. That is to enthuse more people to become entrepreneurs. And that media does by showcasing the wonderful things that entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs can do, and thereby getting others to emulate them. You all know how many youngsters have taken to cricket because Sachin performs so well. It was this experience and our involvement in the awards for Tamil Nadu last year that prompted us to start a fortnightly page entitled Emerging Entrepreneurs, focusing not just on entrepreneurs, but we attempt to offer some role models for aspiring entrepreneurs that will probably kindle them to do a lot better. This year, as we sat for this edition of the awards, we involved ourselves right from the beginning. And the real work starting, of course, once the task force had shortlisted the candidates for the final round. Our experienced correspondents across the southern states pitched in with interviews of all the candidates. and a note was submitted to the jury that detailed the business's background of the entrepreneur, the challenges that he or she faced, and how competitive the business was. Please allow me to congratulate Mr. N. Ramakrishnan and his team that did just such a wonderful job of objective reporting, and to thank all the CEOs of the shortlisted companies for sparing the time to be interviewed. I must say, all your stories are an inspiration to many. Thank you so much.